Hi there ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Capital A Trading and welcome to my brand new Forex Weekly. So this is the video that's released every Sunday with me analysing the markets, going through the best trading opportunities for the week and then bringing them to you. So if that sounds good, if you trade, if you take investments, my advice will be hit that subscribe button in the bottom right corner. Stay up to date with this channel. Like I've mentioned, there's a lot of content coming within the next month. The first thing I want to mention is my website launched on Friday. That's www.capitalatrading.co.uk. Go and check that out. There's a lot of exciting content, a lot of educational content being released on there. Before we start and get into the fundamentals, I just want to say a quick shout out to the Absolutely magazine. Thank you for everything that you've done for me. It's available now in all Waitrose and M&S stores. Go and check that out. Now with that being said, let's get straight into the fundamentals and see what opportunities we can catch for the week.
Okay, let's get started with the fundamentals. Now, the first thing I want to announce is that there's not really anything that's going to have a massive impact, not like an interest rate decision or the NFP did last week, which you'll see in a minute with gold. So just quickly run through. I'll be looking at the Swiss franc on Monday. I'm expecting maybe a little bit of strength there for the London Open, maybe at the London close time. I'll be watching out for that. Tuesday, again, there's not much to really write home about. There might be a little bit of movement with the US dollar news there. Wednesday, again, US dollar CPI, so that'll be the main focus come Wednesday. Thursday, we'll switch the focus over to the pound around the London Open. So just an hour before the London Open, there's some news results that are going to come out that may affect the pound. And of course, just after the New York Open, there's some more news here for the US dollar. Again, nothing to even write home about on Friday. So that's the fundamentals. Be aware of the currencies I've mentioned, the days that we can expect them to maybe have a little burst, and then of course try and correlate that with one of the trades that I'm about to show you. Again, just a quick shout out to my website. That's www.capitalatrading.co.uk. You can go into the tools and information part here and you can get yourself that economic calendar to check out the news for the week. All right, let's get into the charts. Okay, so as always, I'm going to talk about gold, and of course there was a big impact in gold last week. It was that NFP on Friday, as you can see here, and the US dollar got stronger and basically annihilated gold. So if I just bring the picture to you, we've had a selling area over here recently, had a great move to the downside. I noticed a buy move recently around here, which was mentioned on my YouTube channel. And we've had that push. When I was looking at an extra buy push here, it did have the little move, and then it's now gone and annihilated the area, which is fine. We're now back in what I would suggest is a key buying area. So my suggestion for this week, I do find it a bit weird that on Friday, the NFP showed their hand. It showed the market makers what they're wanting to do, and they shot price to this level. And that's how it finished on the Friday evening. So yes, we're back in a key buying area. This is where obviously a move was created from before. As you can see, we got the push for around 10 days. So now we're back there. I just want to see is it going to happen again? Is it going to stall here for a little while? Show me that price is rejecting. And are we going to get a push back to the upside where I believe we need to see price at least around the 1860 level? Now, I like this here. I like the liquidity that's going to be above this level. It's a nice double top. There's going to be a lot of money, a lot of stop losses up there. So there's plenty of reason for the market to shoot up there this week, maybe next week. I'm not expecting this to happen very fast. So I guess you could say Monday, Tuesday, we're just going to watch this area, see how it gets on. And of course, it's going to be around the 1750 level that I'm looking to maybe pull the trigger, depending how the price action goes. That's the gold USD. And it's pretty much the same picture in the gold euro, which is here. So again, similar picture. We had a key selling area. It dropped very nicely from there. I mentioned this buying area. We got the push around 10 days. Friday afternoon, price shooting back towards this level. So I believe there was a transaction created somewhere here. I was right. We did get the buy push. And I believe they're coming back to which should now be the new transaction area. So this one around 1480, maybe 1485. I'm just going to be looking at that very early in the week, seeing if there's a buy push. We've got the same targets as the gold USD. There's going to be a lot of liquidity up here, and I'm expecting to see price maybe back at the 1560 level. So again, it will just be about watching Monday, Tuesday, seeing if prices struggle there, and then maybe taking a position. So keep an eye on them. That's gold euro and the gold USD. Okay, next up is the US 30, and I'm going to kind of move the goalposts on this one. We've had some good sell opportunities recently. There was one that I mentioned again on the YouTube channel. There was a case study. Check that out. Again, just showing the area how there was some good pushes from it. And now eventually it's kind of just stuck here. If I go on the 4 hour, I was mentioning that there's going to be a sell area around the 3,500, 3,100. We've kind of had price just mucking around in this area, going up and down. And then it looks like on Friday, it started to push, grab all the liquidity. There'll be a lot of money up here, a lot of stop losses. And I believe the US 30 is known for just making new highs. And I believe we're going to get another one. So what I'm suggesting to look at this week is just see price come back towards this level here. There's a little market gap around 34,900 to the 3,500. Let's see if price is going to struggle there and then push even higher, which is what I believe it will do long term. So just keep an eye on that one. It's probably not going to be something that happens early. It may be something that doesn't even happen this week, but just be aware that's what I'm looking to do next with the US 30. Maybe take a buy position from there to ride higher. So keep an eye on that one, US 30. Okay, so for those of you that follow me, this is the UK 100. You'll know that I've been watching, banging on about this area for ages now. And things, there's a lot of trading opportunities to catch. Now, if I just come down and bring in the picture to you, what I mentioned, there's a video coming out about this, is this level here recently. I spoke about how I could see something that was left from the week before. I told my students to watch this area around the 6923, let's say 6898, around there. And what we got was price shoot back towards the area at 8 o'clock in the morning. And then it started to make that buy move, which I believe we're now going to soon be turning into a sell. So I'm going to be watching this week, looking to see if price is going to go that little bit higher. I do want to see it on that weekly area. I do want to see it up here somewhere around the 7,200, where we can then hopefully get the longer term sell. That's what I believe is going to happen. So let's be patient with this one. Let's see if it's going to get into that area. I don't want to take any more buy positions now. I want to see if we can get the long-term sell and then ride that. So keep an eye on that one. That's going to be the UK 100. Now look out for the case study video as well to learn more about this move and how I was able to see that it would push up from this level. For the crypto guys, the Bitcoin lovers, I have been mentioning that there would be a sell around this area recently. I just want to show that not all the trades are glory. Yes, this is one that I would have lost. I didn't actually take the trade, but I know a lot of people like looking at Bitcoin, like seeing the analysis. Just looking at this now, it has sort of made a fight back. It is having a little bit of a recovery. I believe I can see something around the 50,000 level. So we've got a key number. We've got some sort of manipulation over here, if not maybe around the 55 level. So that's where I believe price is coming to. I don't believe it's just going to start shooting there, but I believe we might get more of a, how can I explain, like a stairwell type of movement where it's just back down, up again, back down and up again, maybe to this area. So for those of you who follow Bitcoin and want to trade it, my advice would be to try and catch the ride that I believe price is heading towards the 50,000 mark, where we can then maybe start thinking about possibly looking at how it's going to sell out of that area. Keep an eye on that, Bitcoin. Okay, guys, I'm excited to announce that yesterday, Friday, depending on when you're watching this, this was my website. It's now been launched. It's now available. It's now live. You can check it out. It's www.capitalatrading.co.uk. There's a lot of exciting things on there. There's going to be some more content put on there. You can get an earlier access to my weekly market outlook videos through the website, which will be coming very soon, actually how to get that access. And if you need to ask me any questions, anything about trading, anything you want to ask me, anything that you want to go through, pop your name in there, your email address, write the message, and I'll be getting back to you. Check that out. Like I say, there's a lot of exciting content coming, and it's all going to be put on there. There's a tools and information part where you can catch the education segment. Very vital. So check that out. That's capitalatrading.co.uk. Okay, so things are going to work a little bit differently now when I'm bringing you the currency analysis. What I'm going to do each week is just aim to bring you 10 of the best opportunities of what I can see, not just by going through all the charts, all the currencies, and then just kind of bringing you them opportunities, showing you how we can maybe tackle them opportunities. So the first thing I want to do now is just talk about the euro pound here. So this is, of course, for those of you that follow me, you'll know that I've been selling this for ages. There's just been plenty of sell opportunities. Last week, I mentioned to look out for around the 85,600 level right here, and the pound just shot down and kind of just dominated the week. So what I'm suggesting for this one here is pretty simple. I believe that it is going to continue. I can't see the euro taking any sort of foothold in this market. And I just believe the pound's going to continue to dominate. That doesn't mean that the euro isn't going to start by having a good week. So what I'm suggesting this week is just seeing price come back up towards this 85 level. The key number, again, there's a little market gap just above it around 85 to 85, 100. So somewhere in here, I'll be looking at price being a sell. So if it doesn't get to this area and it starts to really progress away, I'll invalidate that early in the week. But the main thing I'm going to be looking at for this week is just seeing the euro fight back a little bit at the start. Let's see if price is going to struggle in this market gap. And then hopefully we can get a position around the 85, 85, 100 for the sell. So just keep an eye on that one, euro pound. The next opportunity is going to be the pound CAD. And I am looking at some CAD strength here. So what we've got on a daily time frame is just a key area where the market has sold off from before. As you can see, had this weird tap into the area and then it shot down for 2 days. We're back again, had another movement and we're back again. So I'm pretty sure this area is cooking for the bigger sell. I believe we are going to see price push back towards at least the 172, maybe the 171 level. If I just break down the time frames a little bit, you'll see, you can really see the market makers' actions where they've pushed price here, shot it down, come back, come back. So this is where I believe they are. I believe they're sitting right on that candle I've highlighted. And it's around the 174,500 to the 174,600 is going to be the level that we look to take an entry from. So there you go. You can see it a bit clearer. You can see there's definitely been some type of market participants in this area. And I believe we are going to get the push. So just keep an eye on that one. That's going to be the 174,600 to be precise. It can come to the 174,800. If it starts to go above 174,800, the trade will become invalidated. So keep an eye on that one. That's going to be the pound CAD. Take this one with a bit of a pinch of salt. And the reason being is that because of that NFP news on Friday, I do believe there has been some money pumped behind the US dollar. If that's true, this will be down here, if that's true. Now, what I want to show you, what I'm looking at is the structure. So what we've had is a bullish run here on the 4 hour. We've just been making higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs. And what we've got now is the market kind of remaining intact with that bullish structure. It hasn't broken this area yet. It's still valid to now be a big push from here. It's funny that the week kind of finished at that level where it's kind of at the last point of call. So what I'm going to be monitoring this week is around the 138,600, 138,400. I'll be looking to see if there's going to be a buy push from there. It can be short-lived. It can be maybe a 100 pip move back to where we can clearly see there's been some sell pushes from. So it's kind of keeping an open mind and seeing which way it's going to go with the wind. So the bullish structure is intact. Let's keep an eye on that. If it starts to break, I can see price really dropping and coming towards the 136,200, 136,400 level. So then it would be kind of like watching the stairwell. Like I mentioned on that Bitcoin move, we may start to get something like this, and then it would be a pullback up and then more to the downside. So it would be watching these pullback areas to see if we could then capture a move to the downside. So let's see how that starts. Let's let Monday go. And then maybe by Tuesday morning with a London Open or a New York Open, we may be able to see what happens in that area. So keep an eye on that one. That's the pound USD. The next opportunity I want to talk about is going to be the Euro AUD. And I just want to kind of talk about where we see it going and why we're going to kind of make the trading decisions we will this week. So first of all, on this daily time frame, I still believe price is coming towards this very tiny market gap around the 163 level. Of course, we're still around 300 pips away from that area. So I'm looking at this structure. I'm looking how it's remaining intact. And it's kind of at the area now where I believe if we are going to go push for that area, this will be the last point of call. So round about where we are now, the 159, let's say 159,500 to the 160 level, just to be a bit more open at the moment. So as I come down a time frame, what I'm looking at is this candle here. It looks like it's dipped down. It looks like it's done something out of the ordinary. It looks like it went and closed this little market gap that was here before. It says to me that this is where possibly the market makers are sitting. The people that control this market are right here. And as you can see, the week finished with price just kind of coming back on top of that candle, but never really going lower than it. So I'm going to be watching that just to see if we're going to get the push from there. It may come a slight bit lower, maybe around the 159 level. So kind of just see Monday how that plays out. Let's see if we can get a push for the euro. I'd say if we're going to take an entry, 159,500, just watch that level, see what happens, see if we get more candles just kind of failing to go past it and sticking in this area. And then we may get that push to the upside where the longer term target is. So that's the Euro AUD. Keep an eye on that one. Okay, so while we're on the topic, the pound Aussie, it's very similar to what we just spoke about on the Euro AUD. We've got that longer term target. We've got bullish structure remaining intact. If I just come down to a 4 hour, we've got a candle here, a scenario here that my students would know about, where we've already had the tap off the area, and it looks like that could be a level that's going to hold. So to be precise, keep an eye out for the 187,561 level. I believe price may come and tap that again, and then we've got a nice little target to go and hit as well around the 189,500 level. So just keep an eye on that one. I'm expecting to see some pound strength there. I need to see what's going to happen when price comes back to that level. We've already had a few pushes. Is it going to happen again? Let's see. That's the pound Aussie. Okay, next up is the USD Swiss franc. Remember, we've got that Swiss franc news. And I just want to kind of mention what I said last week on this one. You can check the last week's video. As I was mentioning around the 0.9 level, 0.9200, somewhere in this market gap, we're going to see a push. It came with the NFP news, of course, fueling it on Friday. And it shot to this area and finished here. So I'm just going to be looking at this starting the week to be a sell. Around the 91,600, let's say 91,400. I believe it's already done the action. That's the market makers finishing the week strong, ending in this level. And I believe we're just going to get price continue. It may come slightly higher. The 92 level will be worth watching now that I look at it. So again, going to be letting Monday start out. Swiss franc, obviously with that news is going to be happening in the morning. Let's see if that does anything, and then hopefully catch a retest from that. So it'll just be about understanding what way is price shooting. Is the Friday news going to be more powerful than what happens on Monday? Is it going to continue rising? If so, I'll invalidate my ideas. But if I start to see signs of struggle around this level, I'll be looking at taking a sell position. That's the USD Swiss franc. Again, very similar will be the pound Swiss franc. There's actually a case study video coming out on my YouTube channel in the week about the sell trade that we caught from this area and how we kind of understood what it was going to happen. And we're now back at the same level. Okay, now it's clear to see that they've been manipulating around the 127 level. So as you can see, the key number again, price was manipulated here at that 127 level, came back. We was able to catch a good opportunity on it, a very good move to the downside, and they're back again. So again, I've got to let the week start out. I've got to see what that Swiss franc news is going to do. Maybe Tuesday morning with the London Open, we can catch another maybe retest at this area. So let's just see how it's going to react when the market opens Sunday night. And then Monday morning, Tuesday morning, I'll be looking at them London sessions to see if we can catch some strength in the Swiss franc. Okay, next up is going to be the pound yen. It's kind of an update from last week. I've been mentioning this area about being a sell around the 153 level. So again, another key number sitting there. That's going to be your point of call for where we're looking to catch the best entry. I just want to see how it's going to react. So we've kind of had the movement start. It's kind of showed that, okay, this level, I was watching this, is it going to have a reaction? It's had the reaction. And now we're kind of heading towards the retest stage. So we've moved down a little bit. I just want to see price come back up towards that 153 level. Are you going to struggle again? Are you going to show me price instantly reject? And that's when I'll be more comfortable to take the position. And of course, I can see some targets where I can at least see price coming down towards the 152, 100 pips, maybe even 151, 500, which would be 150 pips. So keep an eye on that one. That's going to be the pound yen. Next up is going to be the USDJPY. I kind of mentioned this area previously a couple of weeks back, talking about there being a buy push from this level. It had a little move. It broke through. It's a well-known thing that the market makers do. It's something that I teach in my mentorship program. They've now returned back to the area and they're basically flipping the script. They're now on the other side and they're going to move it down for sells. So again, this time it looks like they're heading back to this area where we've obviously had 3 key moves already. So yes, it's good. Don't be so naive to think it will happen again. There is a part of me that's saying it will break through to this side and then maybe start pushing further to the upside. Of course, that's because of the US dollar having some strength punched behind it on Friday. So I'm going to keep an eye on it. I'm going to see what happens. I am going to look for the 110,500 sell. I want to see price just come and hit this level, struggle again, show me some signs like it's shown before, and then Hopefully we can get the push to the downside, maybe taking out a new low. There is targets down here where I know price will eventually have to come back to. So it's just about seeing what it really does at that key level. So just keep an eye on the 110,500 if you do monitor the USDJPY. There's definitely something going on there, as you can see. Okay, let me leave you on this one. It's the EURAUD. It's hit an area. It's going to be probably one of my main focuses. It will be on Monday and Tuesday, as long as it's still doing what I want it to do, and I will be looking to really execute in this market here. I just want to see what's going to happen now that we finally hit this actual level. So I've been looking at this candle here, the black candle to be specific, and it hasn't actually hit the area until Friday, just before the close. So it's been struggling there. It's sat there for now 12 hours, hasn't gone lower than the area. So basically what I'm suggesting is, let's just see how this is going to hold up around the 147,200 to the 147,500. I'll be looking to take a buy position in there as long as price is continuing to show me signs of struggling, and we've got some longer term targets. I can definitely see price at least back at the 150 level, which will be a very big move, around 250 pips. So just keep an eye on that one. Let's see how the week starts. I have got other moves where I'm expecting to see CAD strength. So it's kind of really just seeing where's the struggle, and then where can we get the entry. That's the EURAUD.
Okay guys, that's all from me this week. Again, lots of trading opportunities, not too much fundamentals to affect it, so I'm going to expect a kind of slower week, but definitely be more clear for some trading opportunities, and of course less manipulated by the big banks. So again guys, if you trade, if you take investments, quickly hit that subscribe button in the bottom right corner, stay up to date with the channel, keep up to date with these Sunday videos, and see if you can maybe catch some trading opportunities. A quick shout out to the Absolutely magazine. Thank you for everything. It's available now in all Waitrose and M&S stores. Have a great trading week, and I'll see you next week.
Bye, have a great time.